So the Note 10 Plus is already sitting at the top of the phone buff style speed test rankings, but with the Galaxy S20 Ultra, Samsung is looking to take things even further. They've upgraded the processor to the Snapdragon 865, which Qualcomm says offers up to 20% faster CPU speeds. And as if 12 gigabytes of RAM weren't enough, on this $1,600 model that we're testing here, the S20 Ultra has a whopping 16 gigabytes RAM. The iPhone, on the other hand, still has that industry-leading A13 Bionic chip, although it only comes with a quarter of the RAM at 4 gigabytes. Now, while it's entirely possible that Apple's updated the RAM management on the iPhone since the last time we tested it, I think the big story here is whether or not the S20 Ultra can do what no other Android phone has done, and that's beat the iPhone not just overall, but also in that first lap, because the iPhone still remains undefeated in that first lap, and with the S20 Ultra having a faster processor and also having all that extra RAM that could possibly be used to better cache apps, it might just happen. So I'm excited, let's get right into it. This video is sponsored by RAV Power. With support for both Qualcomm's Quick Charge and USB power delivery, the Pioneer Power Bank can fast charge most devices, even laptops, with it actually being able to match the 60-watt output of the MacBook Pro's wall charger. And while it has a small footprint, thanks to its high-density batteries, this thing has a massive 20,000 mAh capacity, capable of charging your phone many times over, with the power bank itself being able to be fast charged with a 30-watt input, filling up in under 3 hours. Learn more at the first link down below. Alright, we'll kick things off by popping into the first row, where the iPhone gets the step over the Galaxy and Facebook, but with the S20 just ripping through Starbucks, it's able to capture the lead as it begins working on Word, where while loading the same 500-page document, the iPhone makes the comeback and begins crunching thousands of calculations in Excel that result in generating those charts, where the iPhone just seemed to breeze through it, already moving on to the second row, increasing its lead to a full lap ahead just under midway through this first lap. And with the Galaxy now joining the iPhone here in Snapseed, we'll see if it can cut into the iPhone's lead while editing this photo. And from the looks of it, it's doing just that, completing the photo editing tasks at a faster rate, and then making the dramatic comeback in Adobe Rush, with the S20 loading the app and opening the project significantly faster, only to lose its lead once again with the iPhone overtaking it while exporting the video in Rush as it moves ahead to the browser test. So a lot of going back and forth early on. This is probably the closest we've seen any phone come to matching the iPhone's performance here in the first lap, so it's going to be interesting to see if the iPhone can create some separation for itself here in the gaming row. But at least in Subway Surfers, that doesn't happen, with the S20 Ultra loading that game at a faster rate while matching the performance in flip diving. So here in Fit the Fat, it's anybody's race, with the S20 actually inching even closer to the iPhone with it loading Fit the Fat faster as well. So the iPhone is in some serious trouble here in Forward Assault, but with the iPhone loading the game at a faster rate, it's able to hold off the Galaxy's comeback attempt, with it quickly moving through the last row here in the first lap, finishing up with ESPN and moving on to Hulu. The S20 Ultra wasn't able to load Spotify or ESPN at a faster rate, allowing the iPhone to hold on and finish the first lap first with a time of 1 minute and 44 seconds, with the Galaxy coming in just 4 seconds later. But now we are in the second lap, where the name of the game is keeping as many of the apps that we opened in the first ready to go exactly where we left off. And so far, both phones have managed to keep all of the apps open and ready to go, which if continued, should secure the win for the iPhone overall. But if the iPhone fails at keeping even just one of these apps open, the S20 Ultra and its 16 gigabytes of RAM could just make the comeback. And with the iPhone failing to keep Excel open, that's exactly what happens. The S20 Ultra has no problems keeping any of the apps open, allowing it to finish the test first with a total time of 2 minutes and 24 seconds, while the iPhone failed at keeping all of the remaining apps open, causing it to finish 10 seconds later, making the winner and the new phone buff style speed test champ, the Galaxy S20 Ultra. Anyways, that is it for me in this video. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the very next episode.